Okay, Project Kraton Part 2, chassis strengthening. So in this video I'm just going to go through my thoughts of what I was thinking about in relation to strengthening this chassis. So there's a few, as you know, chassis on the market. You've got the M2C, the new Armour Extreme, there's one called Bulletproof. And what I kind of figured out after looking at stuff like this is that I need to make this chassis bigger. So this chassis, this Armour original Kraton chassis, are 3mm thick. So my decision was that I need to make that 6mm, going from 3 to 6 double. Okay, so that was my choice. So then I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to make that thicker? So I had a few options. Obviously I could just buy some steel, which is probably the cheapest option. Something to cover this length and across, I think was probably about £15, something like that. But for me to cut steel and match it up, it'd be quite difficult really by hand, because I've only got hand tools, no machinery. So my next thought was, well, what about aluminium? Could get a piece of aluminium. I think that was something like about £25, £20 that'd cover this, 3mm thick, and I could probably cut it. It'd take a while cutting and filing, but you know, I could manage. And then my third thought was carbon fibre. Now the carbon fibre looks like it's quite easy to cut with a saw and probably work with, and although it don't look it's supposed to be a lot stronger than steel, metal, what have you. And for a piece to cover that, I was probably looking at £35 to £40. So they were my initial options. Now then, when I was looking at options of how to fit a 3mm piece on this to make it thicker, what I realised, although you're probably not going to see it on camera, but this chassis is slightly bent here, and like I say, you're not going to see it, but it's kind of bent upwards like that. Now I can easily bend that back. It's a very easy repair of that. But when I saw that bend, I always think, yeah, you can bend metal back, but it just makes it that little bit weaker. So with that, I thought, well, I wonder how much a new chassis is for the Armour. Now here in the UK, when I had a quick look, they were about £55, and I think maybe delivery cost on top of that. So a new one of them, £55. So while I was looking on eBay, what I then found was another one of these chassis that was being sold as second hand but never been used, so technically new, technically second hand, and it was £35 with free delivery, and it's here. So I bought another chassis. Now then, this is where the genius part has come in. This chassis is 3mm thick, which is what I want. This chassis is the correct length, which is what I want. It's the correct width, which is what I want. And it's also got the added bonus, it's got all the holes in the right place. So do you know what I'm going to do, dudes? Quite simple. I'm going to sit it on top. Voila. And there I have a perfect full coverage, and I've now got a 6mm thick chassis. And the only thing I need to do is, on some of the screws that I'm going to use to go through here, is obviously just get slightly longer screws. And that, dudes, is how I've come about and decided to make my 3mm chassis to 6mm. Top stuff.
Oh yeah.